PostHog and TMU. And yeah, what we're gonna do is build for 2 hours. It doesn't matter what you build. And then at around 8 p.m., we're gonna have time to look at what people built during the event. So if you have project already working on or like starting here, it doesn't really matter. What are you guys planning to build tonight? Anyone?
Does anyone have anything they're working on, or?
Do you need?
I've done something already, but
Yeah.
I don't know if should you want me to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, so
briefly.
I built an audio plugin using Steinberg SDK.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like something that it actually went beta today, so I gave it to some of my friends. I gave the Mac binary to some people, some producer friends of mine. But
Is it like a desktop app?
yeah, it's basically like a cross-platform Windows and PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's another one back there. Yeah.
I'm building an agent battle arena. So
Battle Arena.
like for agents, so like
Yeah.
like agents kind of like fight each other.
How do they fight?
Yeah, you can actually.
Okay.
It's coming together.
All right. Looking forward for a demo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then of course you're gonna build more projects, and then we'll have time to go over everything. Thanks to PostHog for sponsoring this. They are like a dev tool software company, so you can use PostHog for like web analytics, user replay. What else?
I don't know all the technical terms, but I use it at work, and it's like, yeah, I can replay
Like
sessions.
metrics.
I can ask the agent a bunch
Right.
of questions about how people are interacting with the page. Yeah.
And their user experience is like top
Yeah,
notch, right?
yeah, and their branding is awesome. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't looked at their website, it's sweet. Yeah.
Right, and there's free tier you can use if you want to use it for tonight. It's like 1 million like user
Yeah.
views.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if
for
it's
free.
user views, but it is pretty generous. There's a
Right,
tier.
and then if you ever
It-
go over that, it's usage-based
It is
pricing.
usage-based,
Yeah.
but it's always free up to 1 million.
Right, so
Yeah.
you can just make an account and start using it.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Yeah, I just got a question. Does everybody here have like a project that they're working on right now? Or is anyone looking for something to sort of get their hands dirty doing today? Because if you are, I would love to talk to you. What have I built? It's a curriculum that I've helped already about 4 people land well-paying positions in software development after a year and a half of just hitting apply and getting nowhere.
Okay,
Yeah. Using these tools, but using this tool, and so I'd be honored to talk to anybody and show you that. You can build that. It's a basic little app, but anyways.
Yeah, so you don't need to work alone throughout the event. If you want to join other people's project, please feel free to do this.
Also, I know a lot of you are already on our Slack, but if you're not, here's the QR code to join our Slack. Once you're there, you have to browse and you can add the Build Night TO channel, and feel free, like your project, anyone else's project, to post there if you want to collab,
Right.
share what you're working on, and at the end of the event, feel free to, share, post, ask questions. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Recruit people to your
Yes.
project. Yeah, and TMU is actually our first educational institute sponsor.
Yeah. Venue sponsor, yeah.
Right, and they're sponsoring the venue tonight, and this is beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
for
Michael.
this.
Michael, do you want to do the
Sure, yeah.
do the intro now? He's going to chat a bit about the TMU digital. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I have a little slide deck here. So this room actually is, it's been offered to us by the Master Digital Media Program. And so I work here at Toronto Metropolitan University. I also teach in the Master Digital Media Program. I'm just going to do a very quick spiel on the MDM program, and also a little bit of stuff about like what I teach in the MDM program. So here we go. This is just a little bit about myself if you want to know about myself. So my name is Michael Chiral. I've been basically an XR developer since 2018. I have a Bachelor of Technology in Master Digital Media. And fun fact, actually, Nikki and I both have a Bachelor of Technology because we went to undergrad together, which is interesting. So I'm an immersive technology specialist here. I do lecturing as well, and then I also teach at Wilfrid Laurier. I just started doing that as well. I manage to facilitate the immersion studio. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. And then, here's some of my major projects and also some of my recent projects. If you want to learn more about me, my website's up there, michaelxr.com. But yeah, a little bit about the MDM program. So it's a transdisciplinary focused program. You can complete it in 1 year if you're doing it full-time. If you're doing it part-time, it's 1.5 to 2 years. This classroom is one of the classrooms that they use in the MDM program, but there's I would say multiple classrooms now. When I did the MDM program, this was the exclusive classroom for the MDM program. But it's good to see us. We actually didn't even have those TVs before, but now we do. So we're upgrading. Every year we're upgrading. The philosophy of the MDM is the creative or the talent triangle, which is creative minds, technical minds, and business. There's a lot of hands-on learning, and then there's also essentially what they say is choose your own adventure. So it's very independent. You're kind of guided through certain topics, but it's kind of up to you. How you want to shape the program is up to you. So I remember when I started the MDM program, actually I was just mostly creative. So I came from a creative side. I would say I'm more creative technical now, but business, I'm getting there. I'll have to just keep working on that one. Just a little bit about the MDM pathways. So when I did the MDM program, there used to just be an MRP and a thesis that you had to do for the program. But there's actually 3 different pathways now. So they do have the major research project, which is what I did. They also have capstone projects, so you can either do a startup or you can do an industry partnership. There are quite a few industry partnerships with the MDM program. And then there's now a course-only option. So let's say you didn't want to do an MRP, you didn't want to do a capstone project, you do have a course-only version. So that is a pretty straightforward pathway. We also have access to a lot of laboratories here on campus. So when you're part of the MDM program, you have access to the Design and Technology Lab, which is in the Daphne Coxwell complex. The Catalyst as well, so that's in the Rogers Communication Center. There's other things so the Red Bull Gaming Hub is actually the classroom that I teach out of. It looks very cool and fancy, a lot of high-end PCs in there. And then the Immersion Studio is a space that I manage here on campus, which is basically a 360 VR projection cylinder. So yeah, you can kind of take a look at that. And then also I work out of the Collaboratory. So the Collaboratory, which is 2 floors down from here, we do have access to a lot of technologies that are free to use to a certain extent. If you want to do 3D printing, you can do that. But you have to make sure that if you're doing a lot of 3D prints, then you bring your own filament. But yeah, so we've got stuff like AR, VR, MR technologies. We have 360 video cameras, 3D printers. As I said before, we have 3 bamboo 3D printers, 2 resin printers, laser cutter, and a bunch of drones. So if you're really into drones, there's a lot of drones there. So I just wanted to share a little bit about some of the stuff that I teach in my class. So I teach a class called AR VR Practice. And this is just one of the examples that I showcase in class, and I also show students how to do this. This is a project that I worked on for the Aga Khan Museum. Basically, I was given an artwork this is from a manuscript, essentially. So what you see on the left is the artwork or the manuscript from the Aga Khan Museum. I did some After Effects animation on that, and then I turned it into an AR experience here. So okay, so there you go. There's also audio too, but we can't hear right now, but it's fine. But basically, you take your phone. The idea is you take your phone, you scan the artwork, and then it comes to life. So I show my students how to do that. I don't show them the After Effects side of things, but I do show them how to create AR experiences such as this. This is a little bit about the Immersion Studio. So this is a video of myself showing a prototype that I worked on for a history class. But as I said before, it's like a 360 space, a VR space, but you don't wear VR headsets in here. So you can, yeah, there we go. So basically I've created a prototype where you kind of get close to the wall and the controllers that you hold in your hand become torches. So basically the interaction is you kind of walk around and sort of explore the space, and all this is projection, by the way. So yeah. I also talk a little bit about 3D modeling and photogrammetry. So if anyone is familiar with photogrammetry, this is more stuff that I did for the Aga Khan Museum, but essentially photogrammetry is taking a bunch of pictures of an object and turning it into a 3D model. So, in museums you can't physically touch 3D models, so you have to find a way to make it more accessible, and one way of doing that is turning them into a 3D model such as this. So these are 3D models of some artifacts at the Aga Khan Museum. I do a lot of work with the Agacod Museum, as you can probably tell from these slides. And here's another thing too, so fun fact, did you know you can take a 3D model from Minecraft and 3D print it? Well, if you take my class, then I'll show you how to do that as well. So this image that we have here on the left, this is a direct 3D model that I made in Minecraft, brought it into Blender, and this is the 3D print. And then you can also bring it into the Unreal Engine, the Unity engine. This is a picture of Unreal. But yeah, so it's a kind of a cool thing that you can do with Minecraft. So if you're into Minecraft and you build houses and stuff, you're basically a closeted 3D modeler. You just don't know it until you can export it into a 3D software such as this. So this is about the application process. If you want to learn more about the MDM, you can visit their site. But if you do want to apply, then you need a 4-year bachelor's degree. You need a 3.0 GPA. English proficiency, I think everybody here is proficient in English, but this is only for international. And then non-academic requirements, so you need a statement of interest, a portfolio of maximum 3 examples, 2 academic with 3 professional references, and a resume. And yeah, that is it. Does anybody have any questions about me or the MDM program? If not, yes, you got a question?
So if someone has a question about 3D or AR, VR, can they ask?
Yep, that's my domain.
Have you tested out Fable?
Fable. I have not. But
I saw someone built a creative mode of Minecraft this week. Anyway, if anyone's on the pro plan of Pod, they extended Fable till Sunday, I think. So yeah, you should test it out.
Yeah, you got a question? Yeah.
Yeah, which model are you using for the 3D to 3D?
The 2D to 3D?
Yeah.
You mean like, for photogrammetry?
So I think there was a slide where you have
This
this
one?
one,
Yeah.
where you transform this 3D model.
Yep. So this was done with, we hired a photographer to take a bunch of pictures of this. And then after taking all those pictures, I used Adobe Substance Sampler. Yeah. Adobe Substance Sampler. Yeah. So it's actually, I think it's a newer Adobe software, but it does a really good job. As long as you have really good pictures, it does a great job at converting into 3D models. Yeah.
Where do you source these photos?
Well, so the photos were taken by a photographer at the Agacod Museum. Yeah, so we actually had to, because these are like actual real artifacts that they have there. So I didn't take the pictures myself, but we did hire a photographer, and they took a bunch of, basically there are I think 120 images on a white background. And those were provided to me, and then I took them into 3D Adobe Substance Center. And then I created an animation in Blender, a spinning animation.
The animation is done in Blender?
Blender, yeah. Yeah, so this is a Blender render, actually. So yeah, that's how you can get some cool lighting effects going on. Yeah, it's actually really awesome. So in terms of, because when I teach my classes and I talk about accessibility, this is kind of a big point for me is, you can't really always go down to the museum to see these things in person. Sometimes you can't touch these things in person. Sometimes you don't know how big they are in person. So this is one way of kind of like getting a sense of that, and across the globe too. Yeah, so Smithsonian, if you actually check out Smithsonian, they have a bunch of their 3D artifacts that they have online, and you can actually check out 3D models of a lot of their stuff in their collection. Yeah. Any other questions? Yep.
So this is mostly on Web 2, right? Do you see any use cases for this with Web 3 technologies?
I mean, I can see, like, right now, actually, what I have one example is, there is, so this right now is, for example, this was a augmented reality application that you download, but you can actually access this now through WebAR as well. I have on my website, if you access my website on your phone, you'll actually be able to use WebAR on your phone as well. So yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely, I mean, the web is becoming so much, like, when I was using it back then, or when I was developing for web a long time ago, it was not nearly as good as it is now. Even WebAR was like not nearly as good as it is now, so yeah.
Okay, so you're saying the future of virtual art is more interactive?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, more, even, here, I'll just shameless plug on my website too,
Hey.
so. I'm very proud of my website, so. This is my website. So yeah, so basically, it's a 3D model that I designed in Blender, and then you can kind of click on the different sides of the cube face, and it shows you the different parts of my portfolio, including, my projects that you can read about. So yeah, so it's kind of a cool concept. The idea kind of came behind if anybody knows the Nintendo GameCube, and you can, if you start up the Nintendo GameCube without a disc in it, or if you like hold the A button, it turns into like a cube menu. That was the inspiration for my website here. So, and here's an Easter egg too. So if you click around, you'll kind of look at the top here. Hopefully you can see that, but it kind of says the title in Arabic, which is like Star Wars font. But if you go to contact, you'll see a code here. If you go down to the bottom and put in the code,
And so
you get to play Super Mario. It has sound too. It's coming on my laptop. But anyways, yeah. You can only play the first level though. So yeah, but it's still cool. Okay. Any other questions about? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that bow and arrow part. Which library did you use for that?
Sorry. How did I do it?
For this AR in this part, yeah.
Yeah. How did I create the arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was with After Effects.
No, that detecting the image, natural feature tracking, that part you had to do, right?
The animation I created and the actual image trigger, that's
Yeah.
done on an application called iJack actually. So if you
Oh,
use, you can also do this through WebAR now, but iJack was how I basically created that interaction.
Oh,
But
okay.
basically the interaction is, it's mostly for 2D AR, so it doesn't do 3D stuff, but you can basically put in an image and a video. So I took that image, I put it in, and then I associated it with a video. And so when it sees the image, it just triggers the video on top of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I was
pretty
curious
simple.
about that. I have seen that similar thing long back in 8th wall. They had
Yeah,
a
Eighth Wall, rest in peace, Eighth Wall.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, but
we
now-
didn't expect Eighth Wall to go, but anyways. Yeah, so you can definitely do that stuff with, or you could do that stuff
Now
with
it's
Eighth Wall.
open source. I think they
Yeah, it's open
closed
source.
them.
Yeah, and it's not truly dead, but yeah, it's not. Anyways, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah.
So, the cube, you built
Yes.
that with what AR, you're saying?
So, well, if you go into the no, so this is 3JS.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but there is a, if you go on the mobile site, there's an AR mode where you can see the cube in AR, so it kind of like projects in front of you, and you can walk around the cube to tap the different sides instead of spinning it around. Yeah.
That's crazy, so you built the cube in 3JS.
Yeah, this is 3JS. Yeah.
But then
But then there's a
there's
web.
like an interactive element to it on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. But only a version on the mobile version.
Right.
Yeah. So I think there's also another Easter egg with that version too. So, yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah.
Just for fun, for the reflections, do you create shaders yourself, or is that brought up from like a render?
No. So yeah, the reflections are from like a 360 image, and then I just created a reflective material. So it's just reflecting. I think it's a picture of New York, 360 image of New York. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
Do you mind putting the slide back on?
Yep.
Is everyone in our Slack and was able to join? Sorry, no, this slide was only there for a sec, but if you are interested in doing a demo, I guess, do we want like a sign-up sheet, Danny, or?
Sure. Yeah, we'll post a link to the Slack channel.
Yeah, and then in the Slack channel, I'll put a sign-up sheet. You guys can sign up there. But otherwise, like, happy building till like 8. Oh, do you have more?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna do the demo at 8, and we have TechTank volunteers here. Can you raise your hand?
Everyone with a name tag, I guess.
Okay,
We'll get you one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Just look for people with name tag, and if you have questions or confused about anything, just grab one and then ask a question. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mic test? Okay. Looks okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, let me tell you some short history. Like 2 months ago, I want to go to the New York City, and there are so many bookmarks, and I love planning things. But I also wanted to display the route. Unfortunately, the Google Maps default feature wasn't enough for me, so I started from here. I want to look at, I want to see the itineraries and the real route on the Google Map. That was the pain point where I start. So yeah, I just built one. This is the real New York City trip that I went last month. So yeah, here it is. So at the left panel, there is itinerary list. You can close or open your day one. And then when you click this, the map moves and highlights. And when you click certain place, or click here, you smoothly move to the visit. So, and then additionally, this, you can see it's like 11 minutes to walk. So when I click this, I can see the route. And when I click this open in Google Maps, it goes to the external real Google Maps link so that I can check if it is real or not. So yeah, that was the basic feature for this. And for this, I used the two APIs, Google Maps JavaScript API to draw a map, and Google Routes API to draw the polyline on the map and get the duration time. And then, so let me create one more. So I can create a new trip, like demo. And I already have some curated places, maybe New York City and August. Yeah, maybe for about 5 days. So create a trip. So this is empty trip. So like a few days ago, I started to building AI feature because some of my friends requested to make it. So I'm gonna click this, plan with AI. So here we are. So we can answer to some simple questions, like 2 to 3 visits per day, or what is your interest? Maybe for me, it's like nature. And then I prefer walking and transit, and I will start maybe about 9 a.m. And if you have hotel or lodging, maybe for example, I pick some random hotel here, and then copy and paste here. Next. And you can see some must-see attractions. Maybe for me, I want to see Brooklyn Bridge, even though it's not a nature thing. So then, and then I can create itineraries. Some time. And I use the, okay, so the AI auto-generated the plan. So always it starts from the 9 a.m. from the New York Marriott Marcus, the random hotel I chose. And it automatically arranged the duration time, like transit or walk. So if the walking time is more than 25 minutes or 30 minutes, I set to be to have the transit between the two locations. Yeah. So, and additionally, if you want something else, like for me, what else? Yeah, here. So on Tuesday, if I want to go somewhere else, I can add a new place. So for me, for example, I want to go to the climbing gym because I love climbing. So yeah, paste the Google Maps URL and save here. Then I have this one. And you can just drag and drop somewhere else you want to hear. Maybe before the Brooklyn Bridge. There we go. So yeah, it's a little bit weird, but I can change like transit and transit here. So yeah, so like this. I think this is cool for me. So actually during my New York City trip, I used this using my phone, and this is a real screen so that I can see the map, full map, or itinerary like right here. So yeah, that's the main features of my trip planning app. And just before I finish, for now I'm using the AI model for GPT 4.5 mini because I thought it was cost efficient for now. Yeah, yeah, I don't do any web searching for now. So to be honest, I stored some curated famous tourist attractions list. Maybe later I can add some more new web searching feature while arranging the itineraries. So yeah, I think that's all of my demo. Thank you for listening.
Well, thank you for the demo. Are you gonna keep working on this?
Yeah.
All right. What's like the next feature you want to add?
So I'm working as yeah, thank you. As I mentioned before, this is not the perfect thing, I think, because I still have to create the curated list before the users search some destinations. So that's a challenge that I have to work on. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We'll have the second presenter on stage.
I'll just kind of go. I can't get this working, so I mean.
Yeah,
so
if someone wants to
crash.
listen to the song, just after the event.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the whole idea for this plugin was I wanted to create a way to make basically there's a lot of bedroom producers out there. I don't know if any of you guys make music or not, but like a lot of people making beats in their bedroom and stuff. And like a big problem I think producers have is like the drums, especially when they're just drawn in MIDI like that. They don't have like they don't hit the same way. They don't really have the human element that like other kind of productions might bring to the table. So I basically created this tool that you can use. It's like a drum sequencer, and it applies track delay randomly to all of the instruments in a sequence with like Fibonacci numbers. So Fibonacci numbers up to like n layers deep. And I find like this is something that I've been doing in my own productions for a long time, and it just adds like another level of like human kind of element in the production. You know what I mean? So this is the plugin right here. So basically, it's like you drag and drop samples into it. You know what I mean? If I play it back, you won't hear anything because we can't get this to work. But essentially, like, the way this works is that you have your drum sequences here, right? And every time you load a sample in, you're gonna get like the sample here too that you can use to trigger, like just to preview what's going on. And then there's panes here, if you notice here, basically. And what this allows you to do is this allows you to, so you select a pane, and then if you hit this rhythm roulette button, it'll randomly assign these values to each instrument in the sequence, and then you can go in and change it if you want after. And I find like I've been using this a lot on my own beats, and I find really like it really feels like magic sometimes. Honestly, like just it really changes things. It makes things feel a lot better to me as a producer. Yeah, currently like we're just in beta with this, so I don't know if any of you guys or any of you are producers actively, or if anyone uses like Reason or like FL Studio or like DAWs maybe like that are a bit more uncommon. Definitely talk to me after because I'm looking for people to kind of test this out. But yeah, I'm just gonna wrap this up because it's probably about time for that. And big shout out to the TechTank organizers. You guys do a lot for us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you for the demo. And as I said, if you want to listen to the whole track, just come by.
You should just take a video recording of it and send it to the Slack.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we just totally vibe coded this tonight. But we were talking together. I volunteer with this organization called Toronto Nature Stewards, and we work in parks across the city restoring native plant species diversity into the parks and removing invasive species. So I've had this
I've had some ideas for apps like floating around in my head for a while, and I wanted to make like discovering native species around Toronto more fun. So I was talking to Anna about it, about this like grand Pokemon style gamifying idea I had, and together she like suggested what if we like just have this Pokemon version where you can like, okay, well we'll pare down. Like originally I was thinking having this like identification process, but we were like, okay, let's just making it simple for tonight. What if you just had like an interactive map of Toronto where you could see there's like random stuff on the screen that is, I'm like, no,
You're good.
no.
You're good. I love this techno.
Sorry, I was like, that's personal information. Yeah, so we pared it down and like created a like a prompt for Lovable, so we just stuck it in there. And so what we were thinking is like, like a map of Toronto where you can like discover plant Pokemon, basically. So it's called like PlantMon Explorer, and we were thinking that like to gamify it, you could maybe have like some of the map is like obscured in fog. So if you zoom out, yeah, so this is Lovable's version of fog right now. But it's pretty cute, and we wanted to also show like environmentally significant areas of Toronto. So like that's kind of displayed right now through these different colored circles. Oh, not those, but we can talk about that in a second. If you just click on the like the blue circle or the green circles. Yeah, or if you zoom in, it might be easier. So I was pleasantly surprised that it did come up with some environmentally like relevant information sometimes for different locations. And then there's this idea of like different habitat types. So in challenges, and something that I want to build out in the future is like looking for different species depending on what habitat that you might find them in. Let's show finding a PlantMon. So right now there's just these like glowing dots to discover a PlantMon. And then if you click it, like we wanted to have the Pokemon silhouette, and then catch that PlantMon. And yeah, there's an 8, like we asked it to assign a random 8-bit sound to each different kind of plant. Goldenrod. If anyone knows that plant, it's called goldenrod. So it's come up with these like cute little, like slightly modified names for our plants. And yeah, as you like find more, they're more revealed, and you can see their habitats show up as well, which is really cool. And I think that's it. What do we have for quests? Okay, so then it's surprisingly it built out this idea of challenges really well, which is something that I'm looking forward to expanding on as well, because I'm hoping to actually build this out, and Anna mentioned maybe wanting to help me too, so that's really exciting. We've had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks.
Is it all done within 2 hours of?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Because what we did was like plan the prompt really well, and then we just like fed it into Lovable. So like I've never used Lovable before, but I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
so
that was good.
It's a really good base to start with.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I do think like prompting is the most important part. So I feel like every time when we like specify it more, it gives out like a lot like better the first try, instead of like you're trying to correct it in the second and the third time. The first time when you like really think of like what you want from them, like and specify like the components, and not in a way that component A, B, C, D, E in the buttons, but like it definitely like gives you a much better result like from the past experience I had. So it's like when I chatted with Emma, so it's like we planned this out before we put it in.
Yeah, and actually what we did was we like talked through jot points of the idea, and then Anne was like, yo, let's
put this into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to generate a lovable prompt. So then we copied that, pasted that into Google Docs, and then we both like edited it to make it more like concrete and something that we thought that like, yeah, made more sense. It's like a little project.
100%. Might sound like obvious, but you know, a little goes,
Yeah.
goes far.
All right.
Okay, here. Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so really quick story. This was the original version that we started in Code Club event by Danny. It's really fun, just a simple game to like select one of those flasks, move the colored waters around, and just like solve the puzzle. So really simple game we did in like 2 hours-ish, just like to get something super basic, vanilla HTML, CSS, JavaScript, no frameworks, no anything, just to try and see how much we could get done. And then I was like, okay, but let's try to make this game accessible, like provide other options, color contrast, color themes, and so on. So I started working on the game, made a few changes. It's have a couple of screens and options, not so well done yet because I stopped working on the project after a while, but has more effects. I reworked on the parts of everything, created like components, used cool SVG to give the nice effects and everything. I added a couple of options. Some of them are working, some are not because I broke the code yesterday. So I have 2 options here to show the numbers for each flask, so it's easier for people to get this information, and show the color names as well. I'm gonna explain why. Text is not great, it's a little bit small, but it shows if I emulate, for example, a vision deficiency, like reduce contrast, it should help a little bit to identify, or let me see, someone with color blindness, they may not see the color differences, there is text to help. It's keyboard accessible, so you can tap through the flasks and select them. So tap, select, and it will work. I was trying to get the game controller working, but that's not working. I broke the code totally, so yeah, that's my demo.
We should build a leaderboard for this one.
Yeah, we can.
Right.
Can you share a link so we can find it?
Yeah, can we publish this? Is it public?
Yes, it's public.
Oh yeah, it's public. All right. Oh, this is, okay.
It's not built yet, but it's public, the code on GitHub.
Yeah, you can build it yourself.
I will publish it eventually,
Alright.
so it's playable and share on Slack.
All right. Thank you very much, Margot. Yeah.
Okay, we should be good. Is anyone a student here? A student. Okay. Well, I did build something for students specifically, but like, yeah, it's a tough crowd.
Right.
Everyone has been a student here. That's a good, yeah. All right, so this is QuantBot. I built this to teach myself how to do quantitative finance. So a lot of formulas, a lot of math stuff. I kind of, well, I specifically built it for this. So I wanted to add a lot of like interactive widgets. Then someone referred me to this website. You probably know this. Yeah. Has anyone seen this? This website.
Yeah.
Brilliant.org. Okay, so essentially what these guys do, let me open like an incognito tab real quick. Essentially what these guys do is they have a tutor for every home, and they do mostly math and computer science courses. They have really interactive stuff, like there's a prime example. You can like do different like polynomials, you can do different lines on graphs, different things. So I want to say like, oh, if I have a tool like this and if I can make interactive widgets, why can I not be acquired by these guys? So I wanted to actually take it a little bit further. I'm going to show you how it works a little bit. So you can chat with an AI bot, and well, today what do we want to learn about? Let's learn about organic chemistry. Surface level organic chemistry. Okay, let's learn about surface level organic chemistry and try to make images as well. There's a lot of tools for that. You can try Super Whisper. Toronto represent. It's a cool startup that they're doing. I think they've been doing a lot of GTM motion in the city as well. Anyone familiar with Whisperflow also? Okay. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of cool stuff as well. So like, yeah, like what it's gonna do is it's gonna immediately start thinking, and it's gonna do multiple MCP calls. It's gonna generate images through Gemini. It's gonna generate a full-on Markdown course, and yeah. Check the library, see if any courses existed for organic chemistry. There wasn't, so it's gonna create a course from scratch, make a lot of different graphs, and make a lot of questions, which is where the cool part comes in, because these are all interactive questions, to be honest. And usually when it's like a more math-focused course, what we're gonna get is like a lot of, well, it's a lot easier to show you actually. Yeah, like we have stuff like this, which is like interactive, which is I keep the data in this in JSONs and I load them into just TypeScript. Oh yeah, like you can just like organic chemistry focus on compounds built mainly from carbon, which typically forms 4 covalent bonds. I don't need to read this, but yeah. When you get it right, it will show you that you did it correct, and it gives you an explanation as well. I tried to make it so it doesn't sound like AI at all, and it doesn't, and it did generate the course quite fast. It makes a lot of sense to use the fastest models for this if you're trying to get to a good one. And yeah, it also does Gemini images. I don't know why it didn't. Let's actually check what's going on. Okay. Oh yeah, like it has like quizzes. It has like when you get something wrong, it explains why you got wrong, and it ends with a takeaway. And the cool part is when you say, "Oh, I want to actually go deeper into this topic," you can say like also introduce. Let's do this again. Also introduce some university level, master's level organic chemistry topics into this, and create a subcourse. And it's gonna do exactly that. It's gonna do it faster because it's using Composer 2.5. I literally opened a backdoor into my cursor agents. That's what it uses to send these requests. So just so that it doesn't cost me extra money. So if anyone needs a hack, use that. Yeah, it's gonna use the parent course slug. This is well, if you want to actually test this out, if you want to learn about different topics and everything, this is, you can go to the website for QuantBot. Where do we have, okay. Yeah, I built this as well, so like, just put your name on the wait list, send it over, and you will be in the wait list to use this. Right now, it's just me and a couple of dev accounts that I have opened. But yeah, personalize the courses for you on specific things that you're learning. So quite cool stuff. Today, I made this a lot faster to like fix some bugs with the JSONs not actually being created properly, and added some image functions as well. So yeah.
Can you go back to that URL?
This one?
Yeah. Okay, got it.
It's quantbot-site.oversell.app, if anyone is interested.
What's like your favorite course so far? Made by QuantBot?
What's my favorite course? So what do we got? I go to library. I think I'm gonna. Oh, it has this like nice chart as well, like which shows all the different topics that are related to each other. We would have probably this. Yeah, it has a lot of math. But the cool thing is it doesn't have that many quizzes yet, so I have to actually go back to this course, make it a little bit more personalized, make it a little bit interactive, and it's so easy. You can just like ask the tutor, and it'll go to the chat for this and say like, oh, add quizzes.
I have a question. So, has anyone used Composer before? Or does anyone know? Okay. Honestly, I hate Composer. Like, I'm a hater because Composer, they raise so much money, and it's just a lot of developers doing AI accessible servers for other companies before they can do it themselves. For example, they did MCP server for Shopify, so your AI agent can use Shopify. And I think that doing it manually is a lot of work, and it doesn't make sense because why would you need an MCP server if you have a backend server as well? Why would you need to create a whole other thing? Also, what if I have an internal tool? What if I'm a company and I want my tools to be AI accessible? For example, here, Grand River Hospital, they're hiring a student to remake their 20-year-old hospital system and make it AI accessible. Imagine how much time and money they would spend just remaking a 20-year-old hospital system. What if something breaks? They're hiring a student for it. So I'm making Concierge. It's an AI tool which makes any platform AI accessible. Sorry, too much AI. So you just paste one snippet and you have an agent. You don't need to develop anything. The snippet and the library just scrapes the project and it spins out an agent which knows all of your logic. It knows what it can do and permissions, roles, and we handle security. So for example, here, I made a store. Imagine if I have a store and or I have a company website which is local, it's on a company Wi-Fi. I just texted it and it's, what can you do here? Claude inside of their backend just scrapes all of the APIs. It lists what it can do, what it cannot. It checks the users that I signed in with, and it checks my permissions as well. So I can ask questions, list actions available on this platform. It found list actions available on this platform. Yeah, it found to-dos, create, update, delete, and it all is based on just REST API endpoints. So it just scraped all of my APIs and found that it can list to-dos. So summarize recent activity, and secure Claude just calls it and lists all of the to-dos that I have right now. I can just prompt it to do something else, like add to-do, call it demo. And it asks for approval because it's a post. I approve. And now in my database, it just used a tool using the website. So even if I create a new chat, for example, in this Claude, I had a problem. If I'm using something, I create a new chat, and I'm using a website or something, it just loses the context. Here, it just knows all of the systems. It knows what it can do, and the systems themselves. Also, while I was working on this, I came up with a different problem because I looked at the backend and the code that I had, and I had an idea. So, what if I do an MCP server? So, what if I do an MCP server, but effortlessly, and what if it's public? So, imagine if I have an online website and I want ChatGPT to be able to shop on my website. It looks at my homepage, it sees the meta tag, and it goes to this link, and it says what it can do as well. And in there, in this link, it has 3 actions: act, ask, and about. About is just about platform, Concierge. Ask is get actions, act is post actions. So it would ask and actually outsource the work to the AI employee within the website. So it's like, imagine if you go into home hardware, and instead of going through all of the different types of, I don't know, tools within home hardware, you talk to an employee, and it just picks up what you need. Like, they just pick up what you need to build a shell. The same here. Instead of you talking to ChatGPT and asking to do something on a website, it wasted your tokens and time and then just giving up because it doesn't know the architecture. It talks to an employee.
Thank you. Is this motivated by the hatred towards?
Best fuel.
Right, that was fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Okay, how is everyone feeling? I am currently on adrenaline high right now. That I haven't worked this hard since I don't know when. But I'm very, very excited to share this with y'all. Oh, preface by the way, I'm gonna be sharing my personal AI chats, something that people wouldn't get paid to do, and I'm doing it for free. Okay, so you guys can look, but don't remember. Okay, we look and we don't remember. All right, you guys agree? Okay, all right, let's go. So, has this ever happened to you? You're deep in a chat with AI, it's 1 a.m., you're in the zone. And you land something, like a real insight, a framework that you've never seen been articulated that way before. Maybe it's a line of copy, maybe it's the philosophical thread that connects 3 things that you've been circling for like the last 3 months. And then you close the tab. And it's gone. It's not literally gone. It's in your chat history somewhere, but it's pretty much gone because finding it again is a total nightmare. And the search in Claude and ChatGPT, I mean, let me know if you know, it's abysmal. You're not finding nothing in there. It's like a black box. So you're scrolling through the sidebar, you're hoping that that you remember something that you said 6 months ago. And if you're someone who thinks fast and talks with AI a lot, because you don't have any friends, then you have hundreds of these chats over many years, all right? Thousands of moments that you don't even know that you've lost. So I started getting paranoid about this. I'm like, years of my best thinking, all my frameworks, the copy, the philosophical breakthroughs, all this, it's scattered across a platform with no real way to find it, to connect it, or to build it. So I built Chiral. Cue the music. Okay. Alrighty, this is the mission control. All of this is based in Obsidian. Shout out Obsidian. It's local, it's open source, and you can code it. It's really friendly. Can you stop calling me like that? Sorry. So this is what it looks like right now. This is my vault. This is 1,815 conversations, everything from Claude to ChatGPT going back years. All of this is automatically parsed, it's organized, and it's tagged. So you can see here, this is the corpus, the tag universe, all the things that I've ever explored. And each conversation becomes a structured file with metadata attached to it. So we can go through our projects here. There's a few big things, you know. And then at the bottom here, since I'm lazy, we have a quick search. So you can go through the different projects, the trunk domains, as well as the branches. These are like the concept clusters, every domain that I've thought about across all of my chats. So let's show you how this actually works. We're gonna go into fractal governance. And on the side here, you can see in Obsidian's native search, and why I also chose Obsidian is it has the sexiest search function I could ever find. Like you can find every single instance of a word across like millions and millions of different like chats. So this is the one that I went with. And then you can find here all the different chats that have been tagged. I'll just open one here. Okay, remember, we listen, we don't judge. And so of course it has the transcript itself as well as all of the tagging, and I'll get into that. So within this, you see all of the conversations that ever touched the fractal field, my governance design project. So it's not just where I use those exact words, which is the main issue with the search functions and like all these LLMs, right? I mean, you say some stuff, but you don't exactly remember what you said, and so that's history, and the chat itself gets completely lost. So we are looking at where the concept lives. So I can scroll through years of thinking in just 30 seconds. So let's open another one here. Okay, that looks socially acceptable. Okay. This is what the conversation looks like. It has its own UUID. It has all the tags. You can go back to the live chat where it was if you want to continue building. This is the tagging as it is now. All of this stuff here is empty. This is the intelligence layer. So I'm building the AI tagging engine that fills them. This is more of like the philosophical side of things, things that I want to go back to research. If there was any IP that was coined in the conversation, copy, all of that will be there. So let's do some searching. Okay, we were looking at fractal governance. Now, I'm gonna put that in my Claude. Yeah, let's hope that I even said the right word, the magic words to find it in the chat. But with Chiral, let's just slide in a little bit. Okay, just imagine that you went back to the neutral. You can find any of the chats that had anything to do with the concept. Okay, let me just go into one final thing. So why chiral? What does that even mean? So the name comes from physics. Chirality describes two structures that are mirror images of each other. They're identical almost in every way, but they're impossible to superimpose. So neither one is more real than the other. What I'm building with Chiral is the reflection of how I think. Right now it's like a glorified archive and search system, but the next phase adds semantic retrieval. So instead of looking for words, you can find actual concepts and build upon them. I'm gonna skip some of these things, but I will say that we are at the beginning of something genuinely new with how humans and AI collaborate. Most tools are about AI doing things for you. Chiral is about AI that actually understands you. There is a difference, and this is the data layer that makes it possible. Thank you. Also, we forget this song.
Hi guys, I'm Singa. I built AI-powered personal image concerting app for men. So have you guys heard about person color analysis? Okay, Kat, you're good. Right? So technically it's person color analysis and body structure analysis, but by using AI. So I worked in fashion industry for 7 years, and I worked for person color analysis lab in Korea. So I made my previous work experience into AI service, but for men specifically, because I've seen lots of guys around me had lots of difficulty, so I wanted to help them to understand themselves. I'm not promoting any brand or clothing, not yet, but I really wanted to help them what color suits them and what kind of body structure they have, so fit recommendation and everything. So I'll briefly show the survey process. Oh, okay, so this is the landing page. My domain is very simple, must.style, and yeah, it's about person color analysis and body structure analysis. So when you start survey, the first thing you see is photo capture consent, because you're gonna take 3 photos, 1 selfie and 2 full body photo. So face capture is for color analysis. So person color analysis is about your skin color, hair color, and iris color. Because every single individual has, thank you. Every single individual has different color palette, so you're gonna take selfie. But I indicated very specific guidelines because light source is very important for color analysis, so you'd better take your photo using daylight, natural daylight, and no glasses and no makeup. And next, you can open camera and hello, so like this. Yeah. So if you use phone, it's gonna be easier than laptop. So capture, and if the photo quality is above 80, you can submit the photo and start analyzing face. But I did set the limitation. If the score is under 80, you can't submit because it doesn't make sense. So yeah, let's analyze face. I bet this is not a best photo quality, but let's do this. So I'll skip it. And then body capture. So you gotta wear fitted clothing so AI can see your full body silhouette, not just like boxy clothes. So fitted clothing, and you gotta stand a little bit, like keep the distance 2 to 3 meters from camera, and you're gonna take 2 photos, front and back view, so AI can measure all the necessary part like shoulder width, waist, leg length, and calculate all the proportion and ratio and suggest the best fit. And height, of course. To do that, and front view and back view. Again, camera, on and camera. So next, you're gonna do 3 very simple survey. So essentially, the reason that I built this app is you don't have to be stylish all the time, but there is specific moments that you have to dress up, like for example, black tie event, job interview, first date. So yeah, those occasions we do care, right? So you can pick, maybe I'll do date night. Yay, right? And maybe you're pursuing specific style, like relaxed, effortless, clean, understand, comfortable, and easy. It's very quick and simple questions. And last question is your color preference. I would say I like navy, black, and burgundy, and run analysis. So I found that when I worked for Person Color Analysis Lab, we had lots of female customers, and we had some male customers, but they felt very awkward, like being surrounded like female consultants. So I wanted to make all the process very simple and easier. You can be alone all the time. Yeah, so this is the last full report that you will get. It's all about you. So person color, body structure, fit guide, pattern, fabric, and lookbook. So you will have best color type and second best color type. This is mine. So my best color type is winter dip, a little bit of description, and best color palette here that I will use, black, right? And then save neutrals, accent colors like logo or like accessories. So yeah, I saw you. So it's all about you. I found that fashion is all about details, and I wanted to help people who need skyline. So if you want to try, you can try it. Just remember mustache style. You can try. So thank you for listening.